him.
I want to watch the news.
Are you making headway at least?
This is the news.
Schmack-a-mugub, it's time for the only news that matters. And Bruce Dickinson said Iron Maiden's new drummer Simon Dawson reminds him of Breakthrough era member Clive Burr during a tryout session last year. He revealed the band had been pleasantly surprised when they ran through the set with Dawson and realized he'd be able to cover outgoing drummer Nico McBrain on short notice if it became necessary. McBrain announced his retirement from playing at the end of Maiden's last world tour as a result of health issues. When they returned in May, Dawson, a member of Steve Harris's band British Lion, will be behind the kit. Bruce said, "We were hoping Nick was going to complete the tour, but there were some times during the show when we were worried. And we were like, we don't want to end up with Nico in the hospitals, and we do need to have a backup." And Simon was suggested by Steve, and we all went, yeah, but how do we know it's going to work? With McBrain's agreement, the band booked a rehearsal studio in Portland, Oregon to see how Dawson would cope. And honestly, I was pleasantly surprised, Bruce said. We went through the set without a break. And this guy had no rehearsal with anybody. He just turned up with Maiden. We went through the entire set and it was all there. I thought, my God, we could do a show tonight if we had to. That's unreal. Bruce Dickinson confirmed that well-known musicians has been kind of in the frame to take McBrain's place, but added, although there were very good drummers, they all wanted to sound like Nico. And you can't replace Nico. You shouldn't even try to replace Nico. You don't want a Nico clone. You want a drummer that plays the material but plays kind of on its own. Returning to the sessions with Dawson, he name-checked Burr, who played on Iron Maiden's first 3 albums, Iron Maiden, Killers, and Number of the Beast, and who was replaced by McBrain in 1982. He said, "If I closed my eyes at moments during the rehearsal, it was like having Clive Burr back in the band. He's got that feel, the big band swing time feel. And he has the same influences as everything." And I was just like, oh, wow, oh, my God. So I'm actually really excited. All right, there you go. You know, this ain't... Nico is not Bruce Dickinson's favorite drummer in Iron Maiden. He said this in I believe it was during his solo career. I know at one point he said, I read it in a magazine, he didn't bash Nico. He said, Nico is an amazing drummer, a solid 10 out of 10, but my favorite drummer in Iron Maiden was Clive Burr. And I agree with him, but you know who doesn't agree with him? Two of the most amazing drummers I know think that Nico McBrain is the better drummer, and that is, well, I shouldn't say their names. But yeah, two awesome drummers. And they both said that they prefer Nico because he has that foot or some shit. I'm not a drummer, you know, but I love Nico. That first roll on Where Eagles Dare, damn. No, he's a monster drummer. He's amazing. There was just a little more sporadic with Clive Burr, you know, just a little. You know, Clive Burr was very much in the pocket, but he had that, like what Bruce said, he had that swing that Nico doesn't have, but Nico doesn't need, because Nico's an amazing drummer. But that's why I like Clive Burr more. He's got a bit more of a swing. And, yeah, it'd be cool if this drummer has that swing like Bruce is saying, you know. Very impressed with him. So I look forward to seeing how this guy does in Maiden. It'd be awesome if the next Maiden album starts like Peace of Mind started. Show off your drummer a little bit before you get into it, you know? But there you go. Bruce Dickinson on the new Maiden drummer. Reminds him of Clive Burr. And by the way, rest in peace, Clive Burr. And Paul Di'Anno, man. My favorite lineup was with those two guys in Iron Maiden. But they got bigger and whatever. People like the Bruce Dickinson version more. And that's awesome with me. That's your opinion. But anyway, what's your opinion on this whole thing? Leave it in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching The Only News That Matters. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Ring that little notification bell and like the video. It's good for the YouTube algorithms. So stay frosty, up the irons, and smack 'em a gob.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain. For we've received orders for to sail back to Boston. And so never more shall we see you again.